Hi, my name is Debbie McDonald. I'm from Port Hood, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and I'd like to welcome you to my kitchen. Today I'm going to share a recipe with you that is so quick and simple to make, you are going to love it. It's called Cool Ranch Vegetable Pizza. So we're going to start by just introducing our ingredients to you. And of course, we have our star of the show, which is our Philadelphia cream cheese. Today, although I have a 250 gram block here, because I'm only going to make half the pizza, I'm only going to use half of the cream cheese. So I've measured that out and it comes to approximately half a cup, in case anyone is wondering. So we have our Philadelphia cream cheese, and with this you can use either the light or you can use the regular. Today I've chosen to use the light. I have a tube of Pillsbury Crescent roll mix that I've already pre-cooked, so I have one done up here. You simply unroll your dough and actually put it in your 9 by 13 inch pan, and of course, because it's a crescent roll mix, you're going to have to kind of push it together to fill in the little bit of the creases that are there, but it turns out beautifully when you do that. It's nice crisp crust. Also, we have for ingredients, I have my Miracle Whip that I've added. I have 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip, and I've decided to use in this recipe, because I like it this way much better, I've actually used the regular ranch dressing and not the powder that sometimes that is suggested, I think, in this recipe. So I've kind of changed it up a little bit. It's more of my liking, and I hope you're really going to enjoy it. So with the ranch, I've used 3 tablespoons. So everything is pre-measured, and we're going to add it to our cream cheese. In addition to that, the toppings that I have chosen to use today, I have a half a cup of green pepper that I've chopped up, finely diced up. I'm using yellow pepper today. Sometimes I use red or orange pepper. It depends on what you have in. And maybe you would like to do this for a particular occasion, so you might want to dress it up. If it's the fall, you might want to use the orange and the red. If it's Christmas time, you might want to also use some green and red. So we're going to put that on the top of our pizza. I also have a half a cup of chopped green onions, half a cup of chopped broccoli, kind of coarsely chopped, not too fine, because I find the broccoli will disintegrate too much if you make it too small, just so it's the florets that you're using. Excuse me. And in addition to that, I have 3/4 of a cup of diced mushrooms, which I've sauteed in a tablespoon of butter. And the reason I sauteed the mushrooms is it gives it such a rich flavor to the vegetable pizza. So we're going to put that on as topping. And finally, we'll add our 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. Now today I've used a combination of cheddar, Monterey Jack, and mozzarella. But you can use whatever you have in. I would suggest you put a little bit of cheddar on though, because it really does give it a great flavor. So we're going to start. I'm just going to, forgot one ingredient. We can't forget our garlic. We're going to mince up our garlic in our cream cheese. So I have 1 clove that I'm just going to quickly put in here. And we're going to put it together very quickly and mix it around. Because as I said, it's a type of recipe that you can make very quick. It's great for company, entertaining, but your kids will also love it. And it's a great way to get the vegetables in them. So mix that up. And to that I'm going to add my dressing. I'm going to first of all take my Miracle Whip, my 2 tablespoons, and add that in. And next are 3 tablespoons of the ranch dressing that we're going to put in. Now the Pillsbury crust, as I said, that I've used, just bake it according to the directions that are on the tube. I set my oven for 10 minutes, and it says bake from 10 to 13. I normally set my oven for 10 minutes, and then I just kind of watch it for another couple. Depends on your oven. Sometimes it may take just the 10, and other times it might take right up to 13. So just keep a really close eye on it. You just want it to be golden brown. So you can also check the bottom when you take it out as well. Okay, so we have that all mixed up, and we're ready to spread it on our cooked pizza dough. Now, and one of the other reasons I really like this is because of the contrast of the Philadelphia cream cheese against the vegetables. It's a really nice contrast of colors that you'll see, and the flavors are absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to scrape my bowl to be sure that I get all of that good Philadelphia cream cheese mixture on the pizza, and then we'll actually spread it out very quickly and start adding our toppings. So just make sure you get right out to the crust, the edge of the crust, because you want to make sure that your vegetables are going to stay on. And that's another little trick that I'm going to share with you very shortly, once I spread this right to the end. Because I've chosen to use so many vegetables, again, you may not want to put on as many as I have put on today. It's an entirely personal preference. You could add some other vegetables that you might like as well. I just find that the ones I've chosen today are really popular and really easy to chop up and make quickly for, as I said, a party or whatever occasion you're making it for. Alright, so we're finished spreading here, and now we're actually going to start adding our vegetables. So I'm going to start with my mushrooms, and just going to use the hands that were given to us here, just spread them all the way over from side to side here so that everybody gets a little bite of that beautiful sauteed mushroom when they bite into that pizza. Alright, next I'm going to add my green onions. Just sprinkle them as well. Now this is something that, especially in the summertime, it's really great to have because it's so easy to make and your oven only has to be on for a very short period of time. So I'm putting my green peppers on now from side to side, and I'm going to take a little break here when I put the last of these on. And I'm going to take my fork, and this is a little trick I was talking about, so that it stays on. Just gently start to press down the ingredients that you have there into the cream cheese mixture, because it'll hold everything on. When you go to slice it, it won't be have a tendency to fall off, because it can do that if you put too many vegetables on. Alright, next is our yellow pepper. Just going to spread that all over. Make sure you get right to the ends so that everybody has a chance to get every type of vegetable that you've chosen to use on your pizza. And finally, for vegetables, I'm going to put my broccoli on. So I'm going to kind of press that down as I put the pieces in, because as I mentioned, these are chopped not as finely as some of the other vegetables, but you really like to get a nice piece of broccoli as well with this, because it's the contrast of the cream cheese and garlic, and the broccoli is beautiful as well. Alright, so we're pretty well, that looks great. So again, take your fork, just press down to be sure that everything is going to remain on. Beautiful. Okay, and finally, we're going to take our cheese mixture, a cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack, and mozzarella mixture, and just spread that on top. So you can see this is as quick and easy as any recipe you could probably ever make, but the main thing about this is how tasty it actually is. I made this for some of my colleagues at work the other day, just brought it into them at lunchtime, and they could not believe that I made it in such a quick fashion. They thought that I had actually slaved over it, but no, it didn't take very long to put together at all. Okay, so there you have it. So we're going to actually just slice up a couple and put on our plate that I have here. Take my plate here, move some of these containers that I had pre-measured my ingredients in, and we're going to give it a quick chop here. All right, so here we go, and we'll see what it's going to look like on the plate. Now, as I mentioned, the Pillsbury crust really gives it a nice rich texture, and it's very flaky, so it's really different than your regular pizza crust that you would have. So let's just see if I can get a couple out here without too much problem. One, try this one, two, all right, and maybe we'll do one more for good measure here so you can see. Oh, that one's caught a little bit. Beautiful. And three. Again, didn't do too bad, only lost one of the yellow pepper, so we'll just put that right back on. So there you have it. That's our Cool Ranch vegetable pizza. Quick and simple to make, and believe me, it is going to be one of the biggest hits that you could possibly make, either for your family or for a party that you might be having. So again, I hope you enjoy my recipe, and cheers from the East Coast.